So we're getting that time of year where we've got to make sure that the cars are like, you know, up to scratch, because it's not going to be nice if they fail somewhere in the cold, wet, etc, etc. And it is a safety thing, you know, and you've got to look after the ones you love, which is why we do this. Now, a lot of people pay exorbitant amounts of money to have things checked and then inevitably replaced. Now, you should know by now, I don't work like that. So the MOT's due on this bad boy very soon, which means that we need to check all, you know, not just the usual, because let's face it, right, she's not going to check. And fellas, you all know what I'm talking about here. They don't, do they? You know, they get in it, they drive it, and, you know, that's what you're left with. 2.1. 2.8. I'd say that's slightly more worn on the inside than the outside. Now, the wheels have been swapped round on you, I've done it. So, ooh. I know what's happened there. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Oh. So it turns out the last person to put these on was also a gorilla. Honestly, see, throw them in the bloody sea. I missed one. No, I haven't. Brilliant. Yeah, always needs tyres, this car, always. Anyway, let's have a good look at, because what we've got, and I changed these about 2 years ago, and this is normal. This is perfectly normal, All right. It looks like that needs to be reseated. I'm not worried about anything else. Everything else looks okay. Exhaust, there's no telltale black smut, but that mount there, ooh, that's not good. And this is where I find out that there's no footage of me doing that, because it turned itself into photo mode. Okay. So, this leak here, unfortunately, this was loose, but it's not going to be as simple as tightening it up, because that there, these pipes and everything are manufactured, so you can't really do a lot else with them, and that clip is not going to do up much, but I might have to get a different tool. There's not much we can do about it. In fact, if it continues to leak that, it's going to be a new pipe. But that's not the end of the world. I mean, look at it. But it's a specific pipe, you see. Yeah? The ongoing issue is going to be that. That's normal for that. But it does mean that it's lacking a little bit of protection now. And a little bit of You can see how much that moves around. Yeah, that mesh is a strain relief and heat protection, and it's only a matter of time before that goes. So that is going to need to be replaced at some point. We've had a good flip round all the front and everything else. We've not found any play, we've not found anything loose, and I'm looking at the back end here, and we're having a look at all the bushes and everything else, and yeah, it's a bit weathered, but no play. We're having a look at the shock mounts here. Oh, they got a little bit, but nothing I'm concerned about. Now, we might have an issue, an upcoming issue with the wheel bearing because of the wear on it. I don't know. It's not making any noise, there's no issues, so there's no fuel leaks I can see, nothing like that. Smell a fuel leak on this first. Everything else is tight. Nothing. Little bit in there, but nothing. No corrosion necessarily to speak of, and everything is. Let's have a look. I can't see any issues there. That mount is there. Got a bit of rust in the back box. Actually, that's quite bad. Okay. The rubbers here look okay. The exhaust looks alright. Then the rest of the line, there doesn't seem to be any other leaks anywhere. There's a tiny bit of surface rust on shields. No leak in the fuel tank. And the brake lines look alright. You'd know if the brake lines weren't alright because the brakes wouldn't work. Which I always find a dead giveaway. So these brake disc thicknesses, the minimum is set to 8.4 on these, and we've got 9.5 and 9.6. Can't remember which way one's which, but I'm not going to worry because it's in. These are 25.4, somewhere around there. It's the minimum of what we came to because it's a TRW system. These discs are apex. The consensus of opinion is a minimum of 24.4. These are over 25.5, 25.6. Not a problem. There's no cracking. There's nothing loose, and there's nothing of any concern in here. These bushes and the wishbones, possibly next year, might get brought up as an advisory. Probably not, because people have got better things to do, and that's definitely not an issue. In my opinion, although I'm not an MOT tester. And that's it. Car could benefit from a significant clean, because that's the usual thing is people don't realise all the crap that gets in all under here and everything else. That's what rots it. That's where the water stays, and it stays there and causes a problem. But it's a tool at the end of the day, and that's how people treat them. That's how this is treated, for better or for worse, Now, there's no easy, clean, sensible way of doing this. You will get covered in oil. It's no, murder a pint of Guinness. What Dermot Moynihan's doing today? Bet he's not changing the oil in his Kia Venga. Let's sit all day watching this. What I'm going to do whilst that is draining out is I'm going to put the tyres and the wheels and tyres back on. Here's a question for you. Where's the rubber go? Where does it go? Because have a think about this. Say every car needs a set of tyres once a year. There's 4 tyres per car, and how many cars are on the road in Britain? 25 million? So it's safe to say that you're looking at what? 25 times 4, 100 million tyres. Right? 25 million cars, that's 100 million tyres. Right? Now, over the life of that tyre, you go from 8 to 2, make the maths easier. So what's that? You're losing a radius of 12 mil. Radius, diameter 12, radius 6 mil, diameter 12 mil. Now, I don't know exactly how much rubber weighs and the width, all of those things, you can average that out, but there is a large volume of rubber compound that is no longer on that tyre. You could say, even if you're looking at, say, 250 kilo for all 4 tyres on each car, that's 25 million kilos of rubber every year that just vanishes into thin air. So where does it go? Huh? You got to think about that. Well, you've got to sit down when you do it. There's nothing wrong with using the impact as long as you're confident with it. But you need to be aware of where these things can go wrong. A nice bit of anti-seize. Tell you what, because that doesn't just stop them coming out, it helps you do them up properly. Because it helps you distribute the torque properly down the thread, and it does them up a lot better. Right, as I mentioned, I would normally replace this. However, I don't have one. I forgot to get one. So I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, I'm going to... It is an aluminium sump, which I was surprised about, but I'm going to... You do have to be careful, but there's a fair chunk of thread on that. Don't be tempted to use PTFE, for Christ's sake. Click! Right. We were never here. Never, ever here. Always an interesting one, because on most cars you can look at an auxiliary belt, and rubber isn't normally about wear, it's more about age and how that works. What's that, a 4 belt? 5 belt. And looking at that looks fine. There's no cracks, there's no bits missing, there's no chips. It all looks, I'll take a look at it when it's running up, but it all looks okay. And normally it's a good indication, that there is a good indication of how the timing belt would look as well. In fact, usually timing belts are covered up, they're not exposed to, they're kept under wraps. And if that was done, if that had problems, I'd be concerned about the timing belt. Well, this thing has a timing chain, which is both good and bad. Good from the point of view that you don't need to change the belt. Bad because almost as frequently, you have to change the guides, because the guides for the timing chain wear nearly as bad as belts in a lot of cases. And whilst that's not I'm saying that that's a definite thing. With something like you kind of know, or you will know, you'll hear it, and that's this engine is quiet, it's fine, it's got plenty of power. Now the fuel filter, it was done 3 oil changes ago. Can't remember exactly where. I might have written it on it, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's there, right? So guess what's got to come out to get to it? All this. Awesome. I'll leave that there for now. There you go. There's the water drain. Right, what's the date today? Do you know, I genuinely can't remember. Let's make it up. Now, because I can't get... Oh, hang on. No, I think I can. That's not like that. Okay. Bugger, get in there. Okay. You go back on. You go. Oh crap. Everyone's got to order everything online these days, haven't they? Everyone's got to do it all online. It's all got to be delivered to the door, right? No. There's nothing stopping you, right? If you need something, you can't plan ahead, or, you know, there's nothing stopping you. Go into your local motor factors and yes, your local guy will have most of it, and if he doesn't have most of it there on the shelf ready to go, it'll take a day. And do you think that he's going to sell you crap? No. Now, he has the same problem that you have when you're searching online, right, and you stick your thing in and what have you, and you find out it's a changeover year, or you add the different version of this or something like that, and you realise that there's 3 different things that could be fitted to your vehicle. He has the same problem. But here's the thing, online where you're trying to get around that problem by cross-referencing things and changing all these different parameters and what have you, and checking different sources, right? And then you order 3, and then you've got to go through the buggerance, good word that, of sending stuff back, and you go to your local post office, your local one-stop, and you hand over this parcel, and the one behind the counter goes because she don't want to do it. Yeah. And what you could have done is just gone into a specialist shop, Motor Factors, and he'd have given you the right bits. And if he hadn't had the right bits there, he'd have gone and got them for you in a day or 2 tops. And if for whatever reason he tapped your registration in and it had done the same thing as what you, and it had given you the wrong bits, do you know what you can do? You can take it back to there and you can get the right bits. 35 Newton meters. Just checking it's not misaligned or anything else. And 35 is about, I can feel it. Oh. Click. Whenever you, mind you, we haven't poured the oil in yet, because if you bought your E stuff, which as I've said half the time, no better than half the crackers, it's all built, it's all made to a price, isn't it? It's all made to a price. Like oil, you can wax lyrical about brand, you can wax lyrical about all these different bits in it. You know, but at the end of the day, do you know what this is? T-Rex. And this, obviously, the important thing there is the C3. We were never there. Right, okay, so now, you know, the thing is I put one of them car cover, those seat cover things on there, but in all honesty, I'm worried about getting my overalls dirty going in yet. So, right. I expected something as much. There we go. And it might die again in a second.
Start recording.
No. Oh, I filled that filter up fast. No leaks. No problems. Right, so all we also got to do now is side lights, headlights, back and there we go. Tail lights, number plate lights 1 and 2. Yep. Yeah, oh, lovely. Yeah, that's good. Yep, okay. Yeah. Oh, there they are. Right, front and rear. Okay. Oh, there it is. Stupid light. Idiot light. Well, I have to take the battery back out because I'm going to be really annoyed if I do. Really annoyed. No! Fantastic. Finish it off. Oh, there we go, just over. Anyway, so there you go, there you have it. That is a kind of a, I wouldn't call it a winter service, but you know, we've had a check, and oh, we do tyre pressures as well. That's not that. 110. So another question that might be raised by this is, how much does all this actually save you in terms of money, time, and all that jazz and everything else? So that'd be honest with you, I don't know exactly. I don't know what one of these services actually costs. But I can tell you what it costs. This is that the filters that I bought were probably, the whole filter was about £4, the fuel filter was about £7. So I with all the 3 filters, I'd call a, oh, I haven't done a pollen filter. Oh, pollen filter. The 3 filters that I bought, I'd say they were about 20 quid. The oil is about 25. And that's the physical cost of the actual parts that we've used. The exhaust rubber, that's going to cost about £5. Well, that's it really. Now, inspection wise, again, I don't know what a dealer or any of that would want, you know. But this whole thing here has taken me 3 hours, and bearing in mind I've been filming. I can do this, I can knock this out in 2 if I'm, you know, and that might be, you know, I don't know how much a dealer would allocate to that, but there you go. So what are we up to? 20 quid for filters, 25 for oil, so 45 quid in consumables, and that's it really. 45 quid in consumables and 3 hours of my time. I don't know what else to say about it, because it's you know, it's up to you. You know, if you've got the you know, the time and the space, and you know, and it doesn't take, in terms of tools, it doesn't take a massive amount of, you know, nothing special. And obviously I've got said ramp, although that took half hour longer than it should have. But I'll know better next time. Now, like I said, there's no real hardship with any of this. It's not difficult. It's not. So, say a dealer wants to charge you 200 quid for an inspection, sort all your fluids out, because then you'll pay that little bit of coolant that I chucked in there. Right, that's 12 quid, easy. The oil will be 45. And yes, okay, so somebody like that will use genuine Kia parts. They would use genuine. You're right. Do you need to? I'm not sure you do. But that's subjective, you know. That's very subjective, and it's yeah. And like I said, this now obviously at the end of its warranty period. Well, what are we actually? Oh, look at that. Oh, there you go. What are we actually doing here? You know, like, because you should be able to do these things yourself, and you could be saving yourself 150 quid by rattling through this and doing this yourself easily. You know, it's not. And that's what a lot of it's about, because it's not. There is a confidence thing that comes along with, you know, making sure and checking all these things. You know. And there's always, even, I've changed, I can't even tell you how many times I've changed the oil in cars, different cars, my cars, whatever. And I honestly, we were never here, honestly, it will never, I always, that little bit where you started up after you've been waiting for your clacker or something, you've got to have the confidence, you know what I mean? There you go, no leaks down there, brilliant. And there, so, that car is good enough for another, and don't get me wrong, she needs a new tyre. Right, and we're going to need, next year we're going to need some wishbones and a flexi. But however, now, everyone's got the confidence and the peace of mind to know that the car is safe for another year, and she can go and have an MOT done on it, and, you know, all good. She can put a broom back. Yeah. It's like that. It's alright, that.